Welcome to Options Trading Authority's Chart Pattern Riches 2.0, CPR 2.0. This is a flagship pillar system of Options Trading Authority. It's what I call the end-all system. It's the chart pattern that covers all chart patterns in a sense. And I mean, one can argue that this is the only system you need. Of course, we have a lot of other great systems which have other styles and feels with them, but in my opinion, it's absolutely critical to learn and master this method if you want to become a great trader. This is a type of system that has that potential to always do well. One can argue that this system has cracked the code, you could say, to the underlying matrix fabric of the marketplace, of all price action and how things are set up. So when you base your decision making in real time based on the fabric of price action itself, then you can probably do pretty well. Now, I can't promise you future returns, but this is one of the most stable methods that you could trade, and you can use this across all time frames as well. Now, you can use this with stocks, or you can use this with options, and you can simply put the system to work. You can, of course, you want to learn it first, then historical paper trade, and then you can demo trade it. But after you do a bit of historical paper trading, you should be able to pretty much get it down. I mean, there are subtle nuances which we'll go over in the course. We'll teach you the system, okay, and how to do it and how it works. But ultimately, of course, with our systems, if you have questions, if you need any clarity, let us know, and we'll look to add videos to the course to answer your questions on clarity. Okay, so let's progress here. You can see this track record here. Now, we made it so you can click on it this time, and you can enlarge it. All right, and so you can get a picture of the advancement. Here's Caterpillar. We'll look to add more examples with CPR 2.0 over time. So you can see December 2017 to May 2019. Let's get this in the view. And you can see the accumulation of stock points. Now, this starts from scratch. And of course, you're going to need a certain amount of money in order to be able to trade 1,000 shares, 10 contracts, 100 contracts, 1,000 contracts. Now, with stock trading, we would look to do all cash, first of all. Now, you can trade with stocks, since there is no leverage, with almost all of your account. Yes. Okay, with a system, a solid system, you can do that. I mean, you couldn't do this with buy, hold, and hope for the best type of quote-unquote investing, which most people do. Most of these folks out there and most of these mutual funds are not investors. They are buy and hold for the purpose of riding a trade, a move, because they'll sell when they feel like it's time to sell and take their profits. So they're essentially traders. Okay? Now, in terms of investing, why not take a different approach to investing in terms of investing into the mechanics of a system? See, instead of buying and holding and hoping for the best, you then instead invest into a system, whereas you are taking the system signals, 5, maybe sometimes 10 minutes a night, depends if you get distracted and start fooling around on email and Facebook and so on and so forth, or if you start, studying some extra things on charts or whatever. But really, all you need is about 5, maybe 10 minutes. Depends on how long it takes to log in and place your order, if need be. And so that's it. That's all. I mean, I don't want you watching the markets all day long, okay? Because all you're going to do is set yourself up for trouble by following price action up and down and up and down. The markets are talking to you, mostly saying to you when to get in so the marketplace can take all your money. Okay, marketplace will give you all sorts of new ideas, okay, that you don't want to do, right? Because again, the marketplace wants to take your money, just as you want to take money out of the marketplace. Okay, fair. But in order to not get suckered in by the marketplace, we have these systems that give us our very well thought out entry and exit points. So therefore, we simply execute the system. Okay, so you can see the growth in stock points here actually. Okay, if you trade this as a stock, then we have 10 contracts here and then 100 contracts. Now really, the compounding was not factored in, okay? And so really this figure on, for example, the 10 contracts or the 100 or 1,000 contracts should be much higher, because since the account or the system growth is continually growing, then we would be continually increasing our position size according to our mom's, I call it mom's money management system, okay? And so therefore compounding, well, the return should show a lot greater. When we get the compounding in there, then that will be represented. But also you have to think of the concept of running a system, being able to run a system like this steadily, a few minutes a night over the next, 10, 20 years. I mean, just think about it, right? I mean, especially if you can do it in a tax-free or tax-deferred account. Okay, so also now on this page, in comparison to other videos, we made these little clickable pop-up versions of the chart so you can see a bit more up close. Cumulative options profit points. You can see the growth curve in a visual, and a lot of people like that. You can see 10 contracts. You can pop that up. You can see 100 contracts. Okay, see the money. And it's good to also think in terms of these bigger volumes of contracts, because that's where you want to go. A lot of people think there's some merit to thinking small and thinking they're only going to trade 10 contracts forever. I mean, that doesn't even make sense. Okay? No. You want to grow. You want your average trading account, your average trading position, I should say, to grow along with your account. All right? Don't buy into some nonsense thinking that staying small is a benefit. No, you want to grow and compound and don't want to have a regrets later, because later on you'll be able to have the flexibility to do different things with that money. All right, if as so inspired, but you never know into the future what opportunities come up. Okay, so keep that in mind. Think big, aim big. Maybe check out our Millions and Billions courses as well, because you need a plan, you need a goal, you need to reverse engineer. Unless you have a goal, you're not going to know the smart steps that have the direction that will keep you out of trouble and keep you on the path for trading growth. Look, this is trading, okay? This is options trading. And if you don't have a plan and a goal, and a big one, then you're very vulnerable to get yourself into all sorts of trouble and get into trouble quickly. especially with options. All right, so what do I mean trouble? Trouble, I mean, is you start getting these, quote unquote, new ideas, as I mentioned earlier, by the marketplace. And these new ideas almost always lose you your money. Okay, you can get into all these lazy thinking things, okay, that are emotionally based, that are like emotional candy. And you can start to lose money very quickly as you get into a panic to try to make it back. And when you get into the make it back mode, the marketplace has you, okay? And it will kick your tail and take all your money. Don't want to go there, all right? So that's why you want a great system like CPR 2.0. Invest in it. Look, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm changing, because I've been thinking actually seriously about changing the prices here to franchise levels, because first of all, most franchises are a joke, okay? You put up hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars, and you have a 24/7 worry, okay? And then, I remember there was one time they implied that 90% of franchises succeed. Hogwash, okay? You can just look around and see how these franchises have come and gone over the years around your local area. And so, for example, you can start off with a far superior business model, spend just a few moments of time per day, okay, and have the ability to make drastically more than a franchise. Even these fancy franchises like a McDonald's in the sweet spot, although by this time you hear this recording, who knows, maybe they will be who knows, McDonald's. They're doing bad things to the public with their food. Okay, so with their anyway. So, but who knows? They can change. So, the point is that you can take this method and just do it in a smart, methodical way. You have to use the money management as we teach. You have to use the position sizing. You have to use the consistency and the simplicity. And you simply grow your account, all right? And you get it to levels that, you don't stop, you just keep compounding. But at least as your account grows, you can also use it for cash flow generation, or you can spin a chunk off into another account and use that for cash flow, and then keep your main account for compounded growth, all right? So you have an opportunity to turn this into a cash flow machine and or a net worth growing machine. All right, far superior, far superior, and has the potential to be far more consistent than any franchise out there. Okay, at this point of this recording, we don't have this system at franchise prices, even though we really should. So therefore, I don't know what price it's going to be at by the time you see this. But regardless, even if you paid a couple $1,000,000 for it, okay, like a franchise, right? In my opinion, experience, knowledge, understanding, you will have an investment that is far superior to any franchise. And you'll have something that has the potential to make you a lot more money. All right? Can't promise you future returns just like the franchises, okay? But I would say, in my opinion, that CPR 2.0 in particular has the potential to be far superior to any franchise, just about, unless there's some new, fancy franchise I don't know about. CPR has the potential and the probability and the stability to be far superior than these franchises. Okay, that's my opinion and assessment and my knowledge and understanding, because I know the system. All right, that's about it. Thanks. Oh, one more thing. If you're not on this page, on this main page on Options Trading Authority, come on over. You can search for the system, go to the products page, or click the link below. Maybe you're on YouTube or some other site, and come on over. All right, thanks.